Hello, everyone, and good evening, and welcome to our very special Pyladies Dublin, along with our amazing friends at Pyladies Munich, and that's Laisa there. If you don't recognize her, she was speaking in one of our previous Pyladies meetup. So what we're gonna do first is we're gonna do some announcements first. Sorry, I got distracted because I forgot to mute my YouTube, which is going into my earphones. So I heard a bit of replication. But I will start with some announcements first. So welcome again to everyone from all over, hopefully Ireland, not just Dublin, and all over Germany, and not just Munich. And to our very special Valentine's event, we'll be talking about love of Python.
Yes.
Or
Actually,
not
it is
love with
Valentine's
Python.
Day.
Yeah. Well, that was
If
yesterday.
we start to count it from zero, right?
Yeah. So anyway, so we have a few announcements. We'll get those out of the way and get straight into our talks. We have 4 talks, and we also have some raffles of some of a few books, and we'll tell you more about that in our announcements. So I will so we'll really start sharing the slides. So can you click on the slides? Okay, so welcome again. So Asa, you disappeared on me. So you want to introduce yourself and about Pyladies Munich and all your team members before you disappear again.
Hello, everyone. So this is PyLadies Munich's team, composed by me, Liza Shoa, Olga, Anton Caceres. Say hi, Anton, and you because you are part of a community, so you are the main member of our team. That's it.
Yeah, you have one
About
more
the
slide.
prices,
Mm-hmm.
yes, about the prices, we have a total of 5 books, like this one. So you can learn databases with a manga guide in a very fun way. The prices are given by our friend Anton Caceres, which is dressed by a rabbit. Here is a Python friend, and the company that I work called Aiven. Actually, they love databases and they want to share their love with you. So that's why they are also giving away those books. So
Those
I hope
books
you
look so
enjoy.
cool.
Yes,
Can you open a page and show us a little bit
they're
what's like
very
inside?
cute. Oh my god, they're so cute.
So stick with
No,
us.
seriously.
We'll have these books for raffle live. We'll pick those names, and it's all the names from people who are on live chat there on YouTube. So just because you RSVP'd a meetup, that doesn't count. You'll have to be live with us this evening in order for your name to be picked. So yeah, that's the only gotcha.
Yeah, wish you good luck. I love this book, and I think you're also gonna love it.
Thank
And
you.
thank you for our sponsors. Also, Ivan has a lot of repositories that work on open source, so if you want to contribute, you can also check it out, the repositories.
Thank you so much. Will I head on to my next slide? Cool. So I have some announcements. So first of all, for those who don't know about Pyladies Dublin, it's made up of myself. I'm Vicky Toomey Lee. I've been part of the Python community for quite a while. I've especially part of the Python Ireland kind of team for quite a number of years between 2005 to 2015 or 16, and ran the first few editions of PyCon Ireland. I'm also involved with EuroPython as well. And on the team, we have Lay as well, who can't join us this evening. And we also have my husband, Michael Toomey, who's been involved a lot in the Python community as well. And so that's our main team. Just a bit of a shout out, a quick one. I think it's probably closed by now, but if you want to have a look, PyLadies this year is collaborating with Women in AI Ireland on their mentoring program called WAI Practice. This is only eligible for folks who are based in Ireland at the moment. And if you're interested in why practice in other countries, do have a look at why Women in AI global page, and maybe even suggest to have a why practice in your local city or country. So this one is primarily just for Ireland. and it's a 2-month program with mentors, taking in a group of 2 or 3 people under their wing in their area expertise. And then by May, we are hoping to have an in-person event and to showcase the projects from the program. So if you're interested, check out my practice. If the applications are still open, check out the call for participation. Don't worry, I will share the slides after the event, and I'll share them, and Lisa will share them as well, so people can have a look through why practice if you're curious about it. I think this one, I'll just do a shout out on behalf of Lisa, though. It's call for speakers, right? For uptime.
Yes. So we'll have this conference about the DevOps, and the call for speakers is open right now. This will be kind of an offline conference, and if you want to apply, just take a look in this link. I will also make it available now in the YouTube channel. You can submit a talk about any topic related to DevOps and databases.
Brill.
Thank you.
Thank you. And of course, I mentioned EuroPython earlier. They are in Dublin this year, third time lucky. Because of COVID, it got cancelled twice. It was been online. So we have been busy getting all the work groups together. And now they just announced that their CFP will be coming along.
Sorry, I think something is wrong with the microphone, but I will just add you again, and we're gonna see if it's working. Check if it's working. So EuroPython is coming, right?
Yeah, can you hear me now? Yes. So EuroPython is coming to Dublin. It's was third time lucky. It was cancelled last 2 years because of COVID. So it's in Dublin, in person.
Are you people able to hear? I'm hearing like some has a background or something like this. But yeah, EuroPython actually is launching a mentorship program to drive more people to participate, right?
Yeah, so it will be follow Europe. This is EuroPython on Twitter. So follow them and you get updates. They also have a newsletter, so you can sign up. They've been doing a lot of work in behind the scenes to tidy up all the various different mailing lists. So sign up to the newsletter, subscribe to Twitter, and they have a YouTube channel as well. But at the moment, we're doing a lot of work getting all content together. And at the moment, they're preparing for the call for papers for EuroPython. And if you want to get involved with EuroPython, you don't have to be based in Ireland. We have all the folks around in the different various work groups, from programming to FinAid, to sponsorship and all that, or to not sponsorship, to comms and design. Everyone is working remotely and getting involved. So if you're interested, just head over to EuroPython. Just do europython.eu, and there's you can actually contact folks there, or just contact me directly if you want. So more of the local events here. Python Ireland just recently announced their grand tour. I don't know if those dates are still correct. They're all on python.ie, which it links you to the meetup page as well. So you can go to their Python Ireland on meetup.com, and you can check out their tour around Ireland. They're going to, like, I think like Sligo, Limerick, Cork, as you can see there, Carlow. So I'll update the slides to the to make sure that it reflects, because they've been changing changing kind of the announcements. And of course, their main Python Ireland meetup is on Wednesday, March 9th, on the second Wednesday of each month. So python.ie for more details, or head over to Meetup. Python Ireland has all their events listed there as well. Our next Pyladies Dublin is in collaboration with Pyladies London, and it's going to be on Tuesday, March 15th, just a couple of days before March. For those who don't know, Pyladies Dublin doesn't normally run in March because we always clash with St. Patrick's Day. Since this is before St. Patrick's Day, we decided to run a meetup this year, and it's also International Women's Day. So and this year's theme is breaking the bias. And so head over to Meetup, to our Meetup page. When we have more information, there'll be talks and some activities on. And then some other diversity events around Ireland. WITS Ireland, for those who don't know, is Women in Technology Science Ireland. They're having a virtual coffee. And then celebrating social entrepreneurs is another event later this month. And followed by another WITS Ireland virtual coffee. So WITS Ireland, for those who don't know, have been around over 30 years. Let's check. I'm a member, was one of their executive members. They've do a lot of stuff in around events, as well as policy levels like gender pay gap, contributing to government policies around areas that impact women in Ireland. So witsireland.com if you're curious, want to find out more about them. And then here are some other kind of diversity events as well, from UCD Women in Leadership Conference to a really big one. There's a Techstar Startup Weekend Dublin, which is online. It's a whole weekend event. Check that one out. The registration is open. And then Women in STEM Summit then after that in late in March. And I did mention our International Women's Day, since we're having an event in Pyladies Dublin with Pyladies London. There's going to be a lot more events. So even if this is going to be it's all over the world. But for folks in Ireland, if you have if you know of events that are happening, let me know. Because I curate a list of events on that website there, Irish Diversity in Tech. Which just brings all the Irish diversity in tech events together in one page listing. So don't forget, I think the main thing I have to say is don't forget to obviously like and subscribe. I said this is one of the older Pyladies sites, but also the same with PyLadies Munich. Don't forget to like and subscribe our YouTube channel if you haven't already. And that will help us a lot. Thank you. And here is just one final slide, the bit of a rundown on what's going to happen this evening. So after my announcements, Iulia will be giving a talk on seeing the world through Pythonic lenses. And if we have her ready to go, I'll let Liza take over and have Iulia join us on stage and give her a talk. Thank you.
So right now we're gonna have Iulia. Do you want to present our speaker? I will just edit her here and remove our slides. Say hi, Iulia.
Hi everyone.
So yeah, so we have Iulia who'll be talking about seeing the world through Pythonic lenses. I'll let you take the stage and I will disappear if Liza can take me off screen as well. And
Okay, hi everyone, thanks for having me. My name is Iulia Avram. I'm a software engineer at a company called Fun, and I am a self-proclaimed Python fangirl. In this super short talk, I am going to go over why I love this language and why it's amazing and why it deserves all the recognition that it gets and more. The title is a little bit of a rundown. This talk was initially supposed to be about all the diverse projects that I used Python with, but I am a cleaner and my GitHub doesn't have more than 1 or 2 left. So it's about why Python is amazing instead. So my history in Python is almost as long as my history with programming. We've met, Python and I, 3 or 4 months after I wrote my first lines of code during my first year at university, where I learned object-oriented programming during a course in the first semester. After that, I have longed for other courses using Python, but unfortunately there weren't many, although I do like the fact that they subjected us to as many diverse languages as possible. But I have sought to use Python as much as possible, so it did happen that I used it at 5 out of 6 jobs that I had until now, even though it wasn't always the main language. For example, at one company I used Java, but I did convince them to write a tool in Python, so great success. The jobs were very diverse. Like I said, I used Python to write, to schedule jobs, to do scripting, to communicate with databases, to write websites. So I had fun, and I had breadth of all the awesome things that Python can be used for. So it's not really a shock that Python has become my preferred language for personal projects and coding competitions. But I will go into that a little bit later. And it seems like I'm not the only one. Looking at the Stack Overflow report for 2021, Python was in third place. I think again, I don't remember how the report looked for 2020. And I haven't added a picture here, but it fared pretty nicely in the love versus hate and wish I knew sections. In love versus hate, I think it was something like 60-30. And it makes perfect sense when you look at all the nice things you can use Python for. For example, you can use it with machine learning and other AI stuff related, which is how I really like to use it about 3 or 4 years ago. You can use it with data analysis and visualization. Jupyter is super nice for it, and all the libraries that come with it. And you can use it for web development. I think this is how I've used it the most, at work at least. You can use it more on the backend side, but it also works on the front end, albeit a little bit not great. You can use it for scripting in all forms and sizes, and you can even use it to write games. I have looked up at what games have used Python in their development, and apparently one of my childhood favorites, The Sims 4, used Python as a big chunk of their development. And EVE Online, I have played that, and Battleship, and some Civilization. So yay, Python. I haven't mentioned it here, but Python is also extensively used for testing and very little in mobile. Apparently, the lack of a very consistent library and framework for mobile development is a point of pain for a lot of people, but maybe in the future, who knows? So how have I used Python? Well, like I said, I used it to write websites. I used it to schedule reminders because I'm a forgetful person. I used it with failed Raspberry Pi projects. For example, we tried to create an automatic plant waterer because we go on vacations and I have plants. I used it in competitions. It's like I said, my favorite language, and my favorite competition that is right around the corner is the hash code. And it's so easy, although not fast, but it's so easy. I used it with aggregators that were all the rage a few years back. I use it to write up algorithms because it helps me clear up the ideas better when I don't have to implement every data structure from scratch. I played with a microcontroller that I received at a previous EuroPython event. It's called, it's using a language developed from Python called MicroPython, and it was so fun. I used it to create one snake game just to test how game development in Python would look like, and it was painful, but very nice. And I used it to create a sentiment analysis system for music back when my love with Python went hand in hand with machine learning, which maybe I should do more of. And these are some of the libraries that I've used to create all that. NumPy, for example, and NLTK. The NLTK one was very useful for the sentiment analysis. Pygame and Piglet are for game development. I'm using FastAPI at work right now to do web development, but I've used Django before. It's super nice. I like the library Cookie Cutter because it sounds cute, but also because I create a bunch of projects and I don't like to do all the initial steps from the beginning. I have had fun with OpenCV trying to use some cameras and do basically make a fun app that would recognize me out of it. Beautiful Soup is amazing for web scraping. And a library that I have never used, but it was always a regret of mine because of that, was AstroPy project, because I'm a fan of the outer space and I always wanted to do something about it, but maybe that's in the cards for the future. But you can go to PyPy and search all sorts of projects because they have all these filters. You can find hidden gems in there, or if you want to find super cool libraries, if you need inspiration for a project, you can go on Reddit or ask your work colleagues, or Twitter, I suppose. Everywhere where there are Python fans, there's an interesting thread about interesting projects and or libraries that are sometimes very inspiring. So how do I love the Python? Let me count the ways and take a sip of water. So I didn't want to start with a human component because I feel like everybody starts with that, and rightfully so. The community in the Python community is super amazing. So I'm going to start with a tool. So how do I love the Python? Well, I love how you're built. I love your tech stack. I really like list comprehensions, even though they're very hard to read sometimes. I like the built-in data structures that are pretty cool. I really like using dictionaries, and until recently, they have been my favorite data structure, although right now I prefer sets more. I like that you don't have a set size to the list, even though that sometimes bit me in the ass. I like that you're not enforcing types, and that you can enforce them if you want to using type hints. I like that you allow me to be free in how I write my code. I like that you have multiple interpreters. I have only really used CPython and PyPy, but there's a flavor for almost everything out there. And I love the fact that I don't have to compile my program every time I make a change, because I'm lazy like that. Secondly, I love what I can build with you. I revel in the fact that you can fuel any hobby that I want, from art to maths, because you have lots of libraries. I really like the fact that I can implement things fast. I think it takes less than 10 lines of code to set up a Flask server. I like that it runs cross-platform and I don't have to do a lot of steps to run my Python code anywhere. I think at some point I ran it on my mobile phone, and apart from the fact that it's super harsh to write on a phone keyboard, it was okay. And thirdly, I like the human aspect of it. I like that you are beginner friendly and you allowed me not to hate university and all the sometimes hard subjects that we had because the language was easy. I like the fact that you enable a lot of people to move into tech with no previous knowledge of programming, and that you have a smooth learning curve. And mostly, I love the community around Python. The first tech conference that I ever attended was EuroPython in 2016. I didn't know Python back then, but I felt so welcomed, and I have been feeling welcomed ever since. But a utopia is not paradise. And I know there are things that do not go perfectly. And it doesn't have to be. A utopia is not a paradise mostly because if everything went down perfectly, we would get bored and we would have no real need for innovation. So let us look at all the things that maybe could use with some improvements. I know that you're not very fast. I know that if I really want to win coding competitions, I might have to write my programs in C or Java, but that's fine. I don't like that you have high memory consumption, but I guess that's a side effect of the dynamically typed nature that you have. I heard that asynchronous code is not perfect, but there are works around it now, and maybe it's going to become better and better in the future. I'm not an authority on async code right now, but I really plan to be. So maybe I'm going to give a talk about that in the future. Who knows? And runtime errors are very, very sucky. You really have to test your code very, very well, because the fact that it doesn't compile before running, I mean, it's not a separate step that you compile and then you run, makes it harder for you to catch errors in time. So if you have that bug that is in production and it's keeping you awake at 3 p.m. and you say, drat, I should have added one more test. Maybe, I guess we need to add one more test, because this is just a side effect of the other nice things about Python. Recently, I have read, well, actually, while researching this short talk, I have came across an article that said that Python is not a language of the future because of all the aforementioned reasons and a few others, such as the mobile one. But I believe that it is, because in a way, I know it's going to sound cheesy, but it was Valentine's Day. We are its future. We are going to continue to use it and to improve it. And we like it because we are at the Pyladies event. So obviously it has use cases. And yes, at some point, probably it's going to fall into the depths of time, like all languages. But this is a love letter to Python and not an eulogy. So for now, yes, I do believe that Python has a future, and we are its future. And that was it, I suppose. Thank yous. And for conversation and idea sharing, ping me on one of those. And thank you for having me again.
Cool. Thanks for your talk. Let me see. I think maybe I know we only have a few minutes to our next talk. Maybe we can save the Q&A till afterwards. People can actually just type it into chat if you have any questions. If not, I'll leave Liza to introduce our next speaker. Is that okay?
Yes, yeah, sure. Thank you very much. I love your talk. I think it was a love declaration for Python, and it really, I almost cry here. So hope everyone had enjoyed, because it was so beautiful. It was a poem.
Thank you.
Yes, we have some people here saying they also enjoy. Yeah, I love it. You have to tell us this poem and share with us. So thank you very much. We're gonna go for our next speaker for the night, and it will be chatting due to Python. So it's a chatbot that Olga will be presenting. So I will just bring Olga to stage. Hello, Olga. How are you?
Hi, fine, thanks. And you?
So all good here, and now we're gonna prepare your slides. So can you please share your slides with us? While she's sharing her
Yeah, sure.
slides, we're gonna just to remind you, after her talk, I'm gonna do the first raffle with 2 books from this one here. So I hope you stay there and get the book. So now we're gonna be talking about chatbots. Welcome to Olga, and I'll be leaving the stage, and we're gonna be bringing her here. Have fun.
So, first of all, I want to say thank you, Yulia, for presentation. I agree that Python has a future, and let's begin. Hello, my name is Olha, and I am QA engineer, and today I am going to verify the application built by myself. Well, the application has to correspond to the next requirements to be implemented with Python and to relate to friendship or love topic. And I came up with the idea. A lot of people use messengers and view the videos, and YouTube celebrates its birthday on 14th of February. Let's combine all these events in one friendbot application who helps you to search the favorite YouTube videos straight from YouTube. And what's up? Great brainchild, I like it. Well, but what are the main instruments for FriendBot? They are WhatsApp Messenger, YouTube API, Google Cloud Platform, Flask, Twilio, and Grok in Python. Are you ready? Let's begin. So first of all, you need to have WhatsApp Messenger or install it like as a desktop application or mobile application. Then get endpoint from YouTube Data API docs, which will be used in your endpoint for searching YouTube videos. Create the new project on Google Cloud Platform and get the key. This key you will put to .env file. It will be private, and it is used for search endpoint. Here it is. After this, you will need to activate virtual environment and install requirements with Flask, Request, and Twilio. Then run ngrok service and get secure endpoint, the second one. So you have here just HTTP and HTTPS. You will need this. You just copy it from ngrok and put it to Twilio sandbox for WhatsApp. And don't forget to save the changes. So let's switch to our project and run chat.py. After this, you will need to activate your chat. And for this, you will need to copy-paste the code from Twilio account. And you will, when you send this code in chat, you will get the message, you will get response. This means that your chatbot is ready to chat with you. After this, you just send your first request and get the list of videos. So enjoy your videos. That's a wrap. Hope you like FriendBot. Thank you for participating.
That was very interesting. They're so fast. I think after this I will make a bot myself.
Yeah, thank you for that talk, Olga. So
And have you used a lot of bots in your real life, Olga?
It depends on the project which I want to build. So, but usually, if talking about chats, usually I build it in Telegram because it's more easy, I think.
Yeah, I also like Telegram more.
Yes.
Don't know why. But yeah, so after, I think maybe you can make your slides available so people can actually follow and make their own bot maybe later on. And we're going to make it available in our Twitter account. So please follow us. Thank you very much, Olga.
Thank you.
So now we're going to be doing the raffle. So
Yeah,
who's excited about the raffle?
so instructions are people, the people who are on our live chat, if you are interested in the raffle prize, which is the Manga Guide to Databases, right? We're gonna pull 2 names. But first of all, we want to see who's interested. So if you are listening to us right now on YouTube, just type in. Just say yes if you're interested in being part of this raffle. We'll ask again at the end as well, because we know there might be more or less people there at the end of the event. So right now, anyone who's interested in this raffle, just say yes in live chat, and we will grab your name from chat, and we will drop it into, collate all of them and put them into a name picker, and we will pick out the names live. So we'll
yes,
give
and
you.
also, please, speakers, if you are still there, you also can drop your name and say yes. You may get the book. We have so many people. Yes, of course. I also would like it, but I have the book at here, so
So Isabella said yes as well on our chat.
I even have a news. If you are in Munich, I may deliver the book myself.
So
With
not
the
so you won't travel all the way to Dublin to hand deliver them.
I know, not only Munich, only Munich. So Munich community. If you are here, I go in person, give you the book.
So okay,
Hello,
I'll
hello,
give
so
you
many
another 10
people.
seconds for folks in Dublin on the live chat on our Dublin channel. We have 2 at the moment. And we have Isabella. Well, we can have our speaker as
Yeah.
well, right? We'll drop Isabella in there as well. So let me collate the names, and I'll get Michael will be collating the names on the Munich YouTube channel. So let's
I want to put Isabella just to say hi to get the
Hi.
emotion of the
Hello.
prize.
Woo.
Woo!
So let me
So,
see.
woo!
So currently Dublin I have 2.
So we are all
So
excited here. Right now we are just collecting the names, and soon Vicky will
okay.
be doing the raffle. Are we ready for it?
Give me a sec. The names are all. I think they need to be all in one line. Give me no, not on one line, one after the other.
She's preparing. People, she's preparing.
Oh, Michael got me the names. It's okay. We have to do it on a different chat. Give me a second. So I will share my screen. Okay.
I will remove Isabella now, and I will
I
be
will.
waiting for your screen. I cannot see your screen yet.
Not yet. Give me a second. Share.
Let's edit
So
here.
I'm using something called Name Picker Ninja. I've been using this for quite in all my live raffles. So here's the names from Munich, and I have 2 more. Give me a sec to add.
Say yes, say yes. We're gonna give
while
you
I'm
one
still copy and
final
pasting
look,
people and still
but
say yes. Is that everyone now? That's everyone. That's it. No more. So those are the names so far. Okay. So when I pick a name and if you're the winner, you will have to email munich@pyladies.com so Lisa can actually get the information for you to claim the book, and she will post them out to you. So are you all ready? I am going to hit go and it will pick a name. Okay, here we go.
woohoo!
So someone
Oh
called
my
Flowing in
God.
May.
Flowing in May. We are in February, but you are lucky.
So Flowing in May, you will need to email Munich. Oh yeah, there you go. You have a banner going around there. Email munich@pyladies.com to claim your book. So I'm going to remove this name from the list, and
Yeah,
I'm
this
going to
is the
pick one
first
more.
one, so congratulations. Now is the next one. Let's see. You still have chance if you didn't win yet.
Oh, there you go.
So let's see.
Ashtika, and I think
Flowing May, yes.
Ashtika is from the Dublin side, from Pyladies Dublin channel. So you're going to be sending a book to Dublin. Congrats, Ashtika.
Nice. So actually, Floy May, I think she's from Munich community. So
Is
we
he
may drop the book there. Are
really?
you in Munich, Floy May?
Oh, I think she is. Yeah, I think Flo and May is in Munich. So we have one from Munich, one from Dublin. So
Also,
that is pretty good. So I'm going to remove the name from the list, and we will head to our next speaker if you're ready, Lisa, to introduce that.
yeah, so now I will remove everything. So congratulations for the book. Please email me, email this email here, and yeah, just write it down. And if you cannot, just enter in the meetup and contact us. So now we're gonna have our next speaker, which is Isabella. She will be talking about matching for coders and why 1 + 1 is 3. So you know everything is possible with Python. So I invite Isabella now. So
Hi,
Isabella,
thanks.
thank you for having us. Are you prepared with your slides?
Let me share the screen. Oh, I should be ready now if you are.
Awesome. So just go ahead. I will add you here.
Perfect. Thank you. And well, thank you so much for the first two speeches or presentations. I love them, so inspiring. And hi, everyone. I'm Isabella, and I'll talk today about matchmaking for coders. It's a bit less technical, a bit more behavioral, and I hope you enjoy it. So I'll start sharing a bit about myself so that you know why I am talking about this topic at all. So you can find me basically at the intersection of these three circles. So I moved into tech with my very first job when I joined a fintech company in their data science team, which was very cold water for me because I came from a business school, but I loved it and I never looked back after, and then moved from fintech to legal tech, and currently working on my own education tech company. And then on the other hand, we have psychology, not because I studied it, but just I think psychology is so interesting, and why people do certain things, how they work, what drives them. And I think that's also reflected in my past career. So the data science job that I was just talking about, my first job ever, or real job ever, it was actually a behavioral data science job. So really looking into user data and see do they need something else? Do they need different communication and so forth? I'm also a certified systemic coach, and generally just very interested in, well, goal achievement, willpower, and productivity and motivation. And all of this combines also my entrepreneurial adventure currently. So I recently launched the first version, or the prototype, if you want to say, of Codum. And Codum is a platform for people that are either teaching themselves how to code or are building projects in their free time, and they just feel like doing it together with someone is actually much more fun. And that's actually also the topic of today. So big challenges and goals. There are so many people that want to really learn by themselves and by their own structure and direction to code, starting from scratch, which is often very, very hard. And then we'll move on to collaboration-based learning. What's the magic behind it? Why 1 + 1 is 3? And then talking about accountability partnerships, and also my story of what it has done to me, and how I hope it can also help other people. All right, so big challenges and goals. And I think, yeah, this is generally a human thing. We humans like to improve and to progress. And this is, well, it's been a pattern throughout human history, in an evolutionary sense, but of course also in a much smaller scale sense. So we just like to grow. Personally, professionally, we like to take on new challenges. And especially in January, which has just passed, we like to set New Year's resolutions, so work out more, eat more healthy, start learning to code, or finally finish that coding project. But somehow, I don't know how it works for you guys, but I see it with many people, also for myself. There's this big gap between the things that we want to do and the things that we actually end up doing. And well, the data shows, for example, for gym memberships, in January, it's booming. People are visiting the gyms like crazy, but then time passes and, well, people slack. And not just with gyms, but all kinds of these bigger goals that we set ourselves. So what usually the problem is, and especially when it comes to teaching yourself something new by yourself with online resources, we have a content overload. So what happens is that we get distracted. And I don't think this is a weird thing or anything. I mean, we're living in the world of content overload. We're living in the century of hyperlinks. And it's just way too easy to follow rabbit holes and end up in completely different universes. I'm sure I'm not the only one here who has, well, found themselves an hour later in a completely different YouTube video than they actually have been wanting to follow or to watch. Then, of course, prioritization. So over time, the goal that we set ourselves loses its importance if we don't keep reminding ourselves of it. So if we don't have someone or something that reminds us constantly, we just suddenly prioritize other things. And these other things are usually not, let's say, not more important, but they are more urgent. So that's why we keep on doing these other things. And because we don't stick on this overarching goal, we just forget about it. And unless we didn't make it really part of our routine, it's very difficult to keep on or to pick things up again if you have slacked a little bit. And lastly, complexity and missing guidance, I think, is a very, very big challenge, especially when it comes to such big goals, such as learning yourself or teaching yourself to code. Because teaching yourself to code is a goal which is very, very complex, very little guidance. And as soon as a challenge is too complex and the roadmap is missing, that's normal for the human brain to feel overwhelmed. It just shuts down. Sometimes you feel completely paralyzed and you're unable to act. I think many of us know this feeling where we have been wanting to do too many things. Maybe there's some more pressure coming from work or from home or whatever it is. And then the body or the brain, they just don't function anymore. However, the good news is, now that I've listed all these horrible challenges and problems, we humans are social animals, and we also figured how we can benefit from communication and collaboration. So if we get stuck as individuals, we are more likely to give up. But if we are in a group, then we are more likely to find ways to keep going. And this is because we are social animals. And because we are social animals, we are more comfortable being accountable for others. So we hate letting people down, right? So it feels horrible, or at least it feels horrible for me, and I hope for you guys too. We just don't want to, disappoint people. And this originates from the caveman days. So we had to provide for and protect the herd. And if we don't do that, it involves high costs for ourselves. So we'll probably die. And this feeling of accountability, interestingly, it works towards other people, but not so well towards ourselves. So that's why many people fail with their New Year's resolutions. And not just New Year's resolutions. For example, for myself, I like running. And I mean, if I could say, or I try to tell myself, go running every morning, 6 a.m., but I'm just way too good to come up with excuses why not to go. On the other hand, if I have a running buddy and she's waiting for me, then I'll jump out of bed. I don't want her to wait. And even if the run is I'm not in my best condition, I won't just stop and quit because I don't want to ruin her run, right? So the same thing, of course, also applies to learning new things and building projects. So you're doing more and you're doing better if you're working collaboratively. So together with someone. So why is that? So why are we better? Why do we perform better? I mean, now I already said we are social animals. And as social animals working with someone in a group, it just reduces stress and anxiety. So, I mean, the cavemen people, or cavemen and cavewomen, when they wanted to hunt down a mammoth or a bear, if they know, okay, I have you guys, you have my back, then I'm much more, chill. I guess it's still not that chill, but I mean, you feel like powered to do these kind of things. It increases your self-esteem, and you can see that often in some, I know when you're a kid or so, there's these other kids that they're so strong and big when they're in a group, and then you take them out of the group and suddenly they're a whole different person. I don't know, I mean, there's also adults that are that way, but I think it's very interesting to look at this kind of group behavior and what it does to people. Then, of course, you just have this increased commitment and accountability. But also when it comes to collaboration-based learning and working, you actually learn more efficiently and better, because you learn by listening. So through the ear, you process through the ear, and also you get more content because the other person that you're collaboratively learning with and working with has input and knowledge to share. Then also you learn because you explain things, and if you talk and you repeat things that you know you have learned, it also manifests things within your own brain. And of course, you have a benchmark for yourself to compare against. And if you use all these synergies, you can really increase effectiveness and your results. And of course, it's just also way more fun than doing it all by yourself. And that's the math between 1 + 1 is 3. I mean, I want to say it's even much more than 3, but I think you get the idea behind it. So the main question here is, why do still so many people, well, fight their self goals alone? You should not fight your battles alone. You should take advantage of all these pros and all these benefits of working with someone, working with an accountability partner that shares your goals. And yeah, well, collaborate and take advantage of all these things. And now I've really rushed through this. Now I'm at the point of telling you why I'm talking about this, because I myself was at a point where I've been self-teaching a lot. I moved into tech coming from a business background. I've learned tech for the job, and then I decided to do a lot in my free time to build projects. And I just felt, okay, doing this by myself, I don't feel very efficient. It's not as enjoyable, and especially when you don't have a whole like community around you that all is in tech, then you can easily lose this, you know, this vibe and this like, yeah, this is what I want to do. So 1 year back, I turned to another coding community, and I just put a message into their Slack channel. Hey, is anyone down to pair program or to build a project together? Because doing it by myself just is not so much fun. And it was crazy because, I mean, I guess there's more people that also want to work together, but I got so many responses to this one post that I just decided, okay, whoa, I just need one, but I'll just pair everyone up and find the perfect match for everyone manually, that everybody finds a buddy. So I matched myself with an amazing girl from New Zealand. But what happened then is I still kept on getting messages of people that wanted to be paired and have a coding buddy to work together. And so my buddy and I decided, we've been wanting to work on a project anyways. Why don't we write a matching algorithm so that I never have to do this manually again, the matching? It took me over a weekend. Write a matching algorithm and tell people, okay, give us some basic information through a Google Sheet and we'll match you. And we got so many responses that we decided, okay, next step for us. We both didn't know any web development at all, but we were able to build a super simple web app with Streamlit, and where people could sign up and we would match them every 3 months or so. And so this is what happened. We had almost 300 coders joining from 36 different countries, only for Python. So we only matched them for people that were interested in Python. And they really built the most amazing projects together. So there was a lot of blogging apps. We had different data science projects, COVID analysis, tweet analysis, all kinds of different projects. And for me, this was really a sign like, wow, there are so many people doing this on their own by themselves. And they really, it makes a difference to them to find the right person, a person that shares their goals, that shares their passion for coding, in this case for Python, and that really want to either change their life because they want to shift into tech or just enjoy coding with someone. And that's why I decided just a few months back, well, let's make this buddy program open to the world. Also offer it for, I mean, back then it was only for Python. Now it's for web development and data science in these languages, Python, Ruby, R, JavaScript, HTML, so that's the sequel. But so far I can tell you already, Python is the #1 from all from all the signups. And yeah, so the exciting news is that we launched last week with the first version. We call it Codum Beta, and already have over 100 signups, and I'm super excited about it. And I just hope to find a great match for everyone, and also happy for all of you guys if you want to join or spread the word, because as you know, with matching, the matching gets better the more people there are, because we want to find the best possible match for everyone, of course. And yeah, that's basically it. So to sum it up and to conclude, if you want to go fast, go alone. But if you want to go far, go together. And that really is the motto of Codum. And yeah, that's the story of how basically I came to tech, and also how Codum derived or was born and is now growing. Thank you.
Nice
Wow.
talk. Thank you
That's
so much.
amazing. Oh my God.
Thank you.
So
Yeah,
if
we're
you have
totally going
any
to share
questions,
that. Yeah, we're going to share
yeah,
that on our on Twitter and our social media as well as so it's codum.cc. I think people are seeing appearing. Do you have a Twitter handle as well?
Yeah, we have a Twitter handle since recently. It's also codum.cc. So also
Okay.
LinkedIn, Twitter, also
I put it here,
Instagram.
the website, so people can actually just jump in, write down, and you can find a partner through code. I think that's amazing. Who more you want in your Valentine's Day, right?
Exactly.
Yeah, so great. Thank you so much. And please share with us, and we're gonna spread the word about the community. So, nice. Now we have our next speaker.
Oh, got 2 people that you said they're really interested straight away. Stika, who was our book winner, and Elise as well, saying they're really interested in
Yeah,
Codum. Yeah.
yeah, that's cool. Maybe they
Get
even
your coding
live in
buddies,
the same
people.
city. Yeah, already.
Yeah.
We already matching them. It is very funny. So then our next speaker will be talking about molecules of love. Let's write it here. Is by Marija Sorokina. Marija Sorokina. It's a very lovely talk. I will bring her to the stage. Say hi, Maria. You are muted. Yeah, just unmute yourself.
Hi, everybody. Hello, world.
Maria,
I
are
will
you
share my screen.
ready? Yeah, share your screen. So Maria is going to be talking. Maria has actually a background in chemistry, so you be sure that it's going to be about molecules also.
Sure.
So I will give you like the stage now, and
Thank you. Thank
it's
you.
yours.
Thank you, Liza. Thank you, Vicky. Thank you very much for organizers and inviting me here. So yeah, my talk is molecules of love and happiness. Yeah, my name is Marija Sorokina. I'm a PhD candidate in computational biochemistry and structural biology in Halle, Germany. Sorry. And I want to thank Pyladies Munich and Pyladies Dublin. Before I taught Munich, because actually I got to Python through Pyladies Munich. Then I was studying in Munich, and I'm really very grateful for this experience. And now I'm also using Python in my PhD research. So I divided my talk in 2 parts. First, you are what you eat, and your food is your mood, and happiness is a skill. So when we are talking about happiness, there's like a lot of philosophical questions. What is happiness? What are feelings? Where do the feelings come from? And so many questions, like, for example, how to feel happy. And for example, one answer to this I can give you, and I can promise you, if you have you will have greatest feelings and you will feel high if your code runs. And now, of course, with time, when you're getting better, and I'm a bit better than 2 years ago when I started, I need more complicated code to be more satisfied, but still I feel really, really, really great when it runs. But still the question stays, where these feelings of happiness are coming. And probably the answer, we should look in our brain, more specific in the nerve cells, in neurons, and even more specific at the synapse. So at the interaction between the cells, I will put pointer. Yeah. So how the cells communicate. One synapse, the transmitting neuron, puts the messenger molecules, so chemical stuff, into the synapse cleft and gives this information to the receiving neuron. And then the signals goes. After the signal is received, these molecules can be reused again by one of the synapses. And what are these messenger molecules? And it's my milieu, what I've studied and what I'm working on are molecules, chemicals. So we have a lot of neurotransmitters, hormones, and so on. And most of those you probably heard about, for example, dopamine, serotonin, or a bigger molecule like oxytocin, or even bigger molecules, endorphins, which are even bigger, like alpha, beta, gamma molecules. And what they share together, they are either produced out of amino acids or are derived from the amino acids. And to remind you, what are amino acids and where do we find them? So there are a lot of different amino acids, but the most interesting for us today are 20 proteinogenic amino acids, which we can divide in 3 groups: essential, conditionally essential, and non-essential. Essential are those which we are getting through food. Conditionally essential we can actually produce in our body, but under some conditions not, and non-essential will be delivered by our bodies itself. And they all look like these small chemical molecules made out of atoms. But then we put them together, they build proteins. And proteins are building blocks of life for biochemists, but for other people, if you talk about proteins, you may begin with food, different kind, plant, meat, eggs, milk products, or maybe fitness and strength, or beautiful muscles and body. Or even maybe if we talk about viruses, for example, just to let you know, COVID contains almost only proteins, and it contains 29 different kinds of proteins. And the biggest one is, for example, spike protein, which mutates very fast, and that's why we have a lot of variants. And now I come to my first part. Your food is your mood, or you are what you eat. And why? How can we explain it? For example, we will take neurotransmitters, dopamine and serotonin. Dopamine is produced out of phenylalanine, tyrosine through enzymatic ways. In the same ways produced melanin and adrenaline and noradrenaline out of these 2 amino acids. Same thing is with serotonin. It's produced from tryptophan. And these amino acids are managing our stress level, sleep deprivation, memory, performance, aggression control, or in case of tyrosine, alertness, attention, focus, performance, memory, mood, learning, memory skills, visual cognition. And as you see, these all these conditions are bound with our feelings feeling stressed or feeling happy, being in different moods. And where we get these amino acids from, mostly from food. And for example, if you think about phenylalanine, such products as avocado, almonds, pumpkin, and beans are most rich with this amino acid. Or for example, tyrosine in tuna, tofu, milk, and nuts. Or source of tryptophan are oats, spinach, soybeans, and sweet potatoes. And here I can also, when the previous speaker was talking, I thought, yeah, if you try to make New Year resolution that you will eat more healthy, it can be the way to make you also more happy, because you will get the needed amino acids. If we move to next molecule, oxytocin, it's a neurohormone, which is also called love hormone, which is responsible for attachment, relationship, maternal behavior after childbirth. It eases stress, forms emotional bind and memories, and it also consists out of amino acids, which you can get again through food. For example, asparaginus talks to itself for itself, asparagus, also milk products or meat, or also different kinds of beans and so on, which you can take and make your body to help your body to produce molecules which will make you feel happy and love. And the last part of these amino acid derived signal molecules are endorphins. They consist even out of more amino acids, 16, 17, or 31. And they have morphine-like activity because they are binding to the same receptors as, for example, opioids. So if you feel euphoria or you do sports and you get it into routine and you want to do even more sports, it's also partly because your body is producing endorphin and you want to get into this stage of euphoria or happiness. But main function of endorphins is to communicate pain signals, or for example, if you feel happy and love, they then act as laughter hormones. And the last thing which I want to communicate to you is that happiness is also a skill. It's not only chemicals which you can get through exercise or good food, but it's also a skill. Because the more often you experience these feelings of happiness, the more often your body or your synapses are producing these molecules and accepting these molecules. And you can train this process as, for example, muscles, or as you learn in languages. And your body will come into this feeling of love and happiness much more easier and much more frequent if you are trying to practice these feelings. Just, for example, smiling every day, just a bit, and then you will get more happy. So with this, I want to end my talk and tell you, so relax, explore your inner chemistry of happiness, enjoy your day, evening, and I also want to tell you happy St. Valentine's Day. I hope you have celebrated it, or you can even celebrate it, maybe with nice food, nice thoughts and laughter. So thank you so much for inviting me, and I hope I reminded you on nice things that you can do for yourself and experience love and happiness in an easy way.
Thank you for your talk.
Yeah, thank you for your talk. Yeah.
It was a lot about love, so I'm sure people love it. So now we got, thank you, Maria. I will remove you now, and we're gonna head for the next raffle. You can also participate. Put yes there, and maybe you win the prize.
So what I'll do is I'm gonna ask the same question because people might have jumped in and out since. If they want to participate in the raffle, just say yes. Because I still have the list of people with the 2 names removed. But if you want to participate in a raffle, we'll give you about 10-20 seconds to say yes in the chat, please. Live chat right now on the Dublin and Munich YouTube chat.
Yes. So people, please drop it and put it yes now, and you're gonna be considered for the prize.
Yeah. Do you want to show the prize again?
Here.
Got 3 more of those. All right.
3.
So Alan's back again.
Miss Kelly, maybe she will win now, right? She tried last time, she didn't win, but good luck now. I'll be fingers crossed for you.
So
Diana,
I will have
a hug.
Yeah.
And also, Diana, do you want the book? Just say yes.
To enter, just say yes. Yeah, so Michael will be gathering all the names on the PyLadies Munich YouTube live chat, and I will gather the names. So on our side, cool.
Nikaisa, she also say yes.
So
Erika also say yes. So many people say yes. Oh, I hope you'll get the prize, really.
Yeah, good luck to the folks who said yes here in Dublin as well. Good luck and also in Munich.
Maria, she just talked. Maybe she also gonna win. Who knows?
Yeah.
Best of the luck. Lenka say yes with a heart. Also gonna be counted.
So
double yes.
So once Michael sends me the names, we'll have and once I paste the names onto the, I'm just gonna reset this name picker.
A big thank you for all sponsors this night for the books, which is the 3 books comes from Aiven. And as I say, it's like everything about open source and infrastructure. So let's take a look. Now we're just setting up everything.
Yeah. So give me a second. I'm gonna share my screen as well. So I'm just waiting on the list from Michael.
Diana. Yes.
Yes.
Maria
Okay.
say yes again. If someone and if the winner from the previous one already won, please let's leave for the other people.
It's okay. We already know the 2 names from before, so I have the names now. Do you wanna share my screen? So I'm gonna
now is the moment.
So those are the names. That's it. The cutoff is there.
These are the names.
So I am
the whole list complete.
The whole list, yeah. Yeah, we've already cut off official cutoff. So I will pick a name. Well, I suppose you're supposed to pick the name. I'll pick the name for you.
You can pick it. It's random people.
Random people. Good luck, everyone.
Good luck. Fingers crossed.
Hey, Alan from Dublin. Congratulations. Congrats, Alan. He said yes in Irish. He said "tá."
Oh my God! I would
Congratulations.
not know. Good that there are some people who understand Irish in this call. So congratulations.
I will remove Alan's name and I will pick our next one. 2 more to go. So good luck, everyone.
Good luck. Fingers crossed. I am with the book right now. So
Errol 13. Congratulations. I'll leave you open.
I saw Errol 13 was always talking. So very nice. In the end, you're lucky.
You earned a book, did you? Even though it's by lucky the name was chosen.
Really?
I will remove your name. Congratulations, Errol. And one more, the final one.
One more.
Good luck.
Who will be?
Oh, Elise. So in Dublin. So you have books. You have 3 books to send to Dublin.
Wow. All the 3 are from Dublin. That's why Ireland has lucky, It's a lucky country.
Thank you, everyone.
Congrats.
Congratulations! Thank you for the books to our sponsors. 'Cause that's a really. I probably have to go and order one myself. So there's a whole bunch of them, isn't it? A manga
Yes,
guide
I saw for
to different things.
network mathematics, and I found it great. People, it's like amazing.
What's the name of the publisher? Maybe people can look for it as well.
Yes, so the publisher is called OHM I think.
All right.
Omsha.
All
So
right.
here's a book, very nice. The name of
Yeah.
the book is The Manga Guide to Databases.
Yeah.
And it's actually a story, so you're gonna learn in a different way. It's very creative, but you're gonna learn about SQL and yes, how databases are.
So to claim the book, as the banner says, do email Isa at munich@pyladies.com, and just so she knows your full name as well as your address. To be helpful to people send you, because it's a physical book, is it, or is it an ebook? It's a physical book.
It
Obviously,
is
you're
a
posting it.
physical book, yes.
Yeah.
It's a physical book that we're gonna be sending, and maybe even some other surprises. Who knows?
Oh, didn't include that one. So you got a surprise. Oh, amazing.
Maybe.
So have there been any questions for any of our speakers, everyone?
Yes.
any?
I don't know. Is there a question by now? But I think a lot of speakers have maybe are not here. But yes, at least she was also talking. So you won. Woohoo!
So
I will just remove it now.
So I'm actually okay if we can wrap up early, because normally we wrap at around 7:30 anyway. But I thought because we have extra speakers and we've got raffles and stuff, I thought we might go on a bit longer, or if there was any questions afterwards. So I say we can actually wrap early, and everyone,
Definitely.
yeah,
Yes.
and people can quickly email you to claim their books for all those prize winners. And also,
Yes.
do you have a next meetup to announce, or are you still work in progress with that for March?
Yes, we're still work in progress, but we'll announce
Yeah,
when we have it. Let's see. I just want to say final thank you, Vic, Pyladies Dublin organization, for making the event possible and for making it happen.
You
Thank
did
you
all
for
the work. You did that. You're the host. You're
no.
you're using StreamYard. This evening why it looks different is we're using StreamYard. It's very professional. Instead of me trying to press buttons and being full flustered, and then Michael running up the stairs and telling me your audio is not working. You're looking, all this kind of stuff. So this is like pretty swish. Same, I think, with PyLadies Paris as well. They use StreamYard. So thank you again for
That's cool.
hosting us and looking after us.
Yes, thank you for all sponsors. Thank you, Anton Caceres, for sponsoring some books. Or Rabbit, Python Rabbit. Thank you, Aiven, for sponsoring the book. We are very thankful for the Python community that we can give these prizes for you guys and everybody.
So yeah, hopefully we will see a lot of, if not in the very different PyLadies meetups, then maybe at the next EuroPython, which is happening this July in Dublin in person. I will hopefully
Wow.
I'm on the organizing team, so I'm open for ideas. I'm hoping to get something to do with PyLadies. Normally you have a PyLadies lunch or something, or a networking event. I'm hoping to get like a Jangle Girls workshop going.
Oh, it would be amazing.
And then so we'll see how that goes. And then because I'm all about I'm still coming off the high from all the maker stuff, so because I was the maker advocate the last couple of years, so I want to get some more. I know EuroPython has been doing a lot of on and off with electronics, so I'm going to try and see if I can get more electronics and coding in EuroPython. So either demos or workshops, or maybe I can get speakers in and stuff. I really want
how people, is it open, the CFP for EuroPython?
Not yet. It will be open in March, so keep an eye on.
It would be a dream. It's my dream to speak in EuroPython.
We have financial aid as well for anyone who's interested and want to travel to Dublin and need a bit of help. So do keep an eye on EuroPython on Twitter. with announcements for CFPs, for financial aid, for mentors,
Yeah, so
mentorships and stuff like
yes,
that will be coming along
mentorship.
very soon. And if you want to
Yeah.
volunteer, contact EuroPython as well. Just head over to their site. They have a kind of a, I think they have a volunteers email as well, so you can actually email. And they have a very active Discord channel. Once you join that.
Definitely. Share the information we're going to be sharing with PyLadies Munich, and there'll be opportunities for you to participate in EuroPython. It's really a dream conference, one of the best European conferences.
Second to PyCon Germany, right?
PyCon I see some people from PyCon today in the call. So thank you for the Python community that has participated.
I will, for my side, for all the folks who has RSVP'd on our meetup page, I will send all that information from the slides to my announcement slides, and also the speaker slides as well, and all the information in the post-event message. So don't worry if you miss out on all this information and links and stuff like that. But thank you again.
Don't worry. I'm gonna make a big thread of all this information that was shared tonight, and you'll be knowing what was about it. And Anton posted here. Sorry, May posted a heart. So yeah, we're gonna end up now. So enjoy the rest of your Tuesday.
Have a good evening, everyone, and happy Valentine's Day. Post Valentine's Day, I suppose. Heart. I have to do that. Bye.